So today we're going to be going over 5 fragrances that will fill a room. So what we're looking for is colognes that have a lot of reach. Colognes that will push out and get you noticed by people across the room. Just fragrances that will kind of tend to linger in the air and really fill up the space around you. And you'll find that there are some fragrances out there that will kind of dissipate rather quickly. They stay relatively close to your skin. They're a bit more moderate. They're a bit more personal. But on the other hand, there are some fragrances out there that will really push out, will really announce themselves, and will go away from your personal bubble quite a bit to the point where you will be filling up a room. This is all dependent on your skin chemistry and the number of sprays. Of course, these 5 fragrances here are very strong and they're very potent, and they will fill up a room. I will provide links to all the fragrances that we talked about today down below in the video description. If you want to check any of these out or pick any of these up, hit those links down there, and they will take you to Fragrance Discounters, which is where I got all these from myself, and you can save yourself quite a bit of money off of retail price and get these at a nice discount. So if you're ready to fill a room, make yourself known and really announce your presence, announce that you're in the room, this video is going to be for you. Make sure you stick around. First fragrance up, we have Dior Fahrenheit Le Parfum. This one has vanilla, violet, and rum as a few of the main notes. So it takes that iconic, awesome Fahrenheit DNA, which smells great and is a classic, is a timeless work of art in and of itself, and adds that vanilla and that rum booziness. The vanilla gives it a nice warm sweetness. The rum gives it a bit of a boozy, slightly spicy, and a little bit of a warm, dark touch. And that, on top of the Fahrenheit DNA, is a work of art. It smells so, so good. I was eyeing this fragrance for a long time before I ended up picking it up. Every time I would come across it on Fragrantica or whatever, the note breakdown always looked so appealing. I put it off for quite a while, and then eventually one day I'm like, you know, I do want to try this. I'm just going to go ahead and grab myself a bottle, and I have not looked back since. This stuff has impressed me so much. From the minute I grabbed this one and I sprayed it on for the first time, got it in on a blind buy, I was so blown away. I'm like, yep, that is perfect. That is exactly what I was expecting and more. Such a great flanker. It's deep, it's rich, it's full-bodied, and it's a nice, cooler weather, sexier evening take on the Fahrenheit DNA, which again is already a classic of itself. This right here takes it to the next level. If you have a bit more of a sweet tooth, you want something that's going to be a bit heavier, a bit more rich for the cooler weather, this one right here is the way to go. Fahrenheit Le Parfum. And of course, I should mention, this stuff here is very strong. It will fill up a room. You don't have to go too heavy on the sprays to get it to project. It will push out on its own and leave a nice scent trail behind you, along with pushing out past your personal bubble and really grabbing the attention of people around you. Fahrenheit Le Parfum, fantastic, fantastic fragrance here. Second up, we have a niche fragrance. This is going to be the only niche fragrance in this video. It's from the house of Parfums de Marly. This one is Carlisle. So right now, one of my favorites from Parfums de Marly. I've been digging this one so much. I've been enjoying this one so much. For me, this one is just such an addicting fragrance, and I find that to be the case with a lot of Parfums de Marly. If you just get into the brand, you'll find yourself really loving a lot of them and coming back for more and wanting to collect more of the line. This one has tonka, vanilla, and patchouli as some of the main notes in this one. So it's a little bit powdery, a little bit creamy, sweet, and a little bit spicy as well. And one thing I've talked about before, but I get a bit of an oud out of this one, and also I get a little bit of a menthol, kind of minty fresh touch, kind of similar to what I get out of Layton by Parfums de Marly. People will mention that as well, kind of a menthol smell. I get the same thing from here, along with a little bit of a hint of oud to my nose, and it's not a strong oud, so don't let that put you off. And it may not even be in here, but there is some sort of a chord maybe that's going on that reminds me of oud, but it smells awesome. I think everything about this fragrance is just what makes it what it is, and that is a solid wintertime fragrance. It gets compared a little bit to Mancera Red Tobacco, and I do get the comparison, and I would say there are some similarities for sure, but they also go in quite a bit of a different direction. This one here really is more focused on the sweet creaminess, whereas Red Tobacco is spicier, a little bit sharper, and of course all about the tobacco and oud in that one as well. This one here is an awesome one from Parfums de Marly. This is good for someone who wants a niche product, so something that's going to be a bit more challenging, a bit more unique, but at the same time, something that's still going to be mass-pleasing, something that's still going to pull you compliments. That's what Carlisle will do for you, and that's really the same with the entire list. They're all still going to be solid compliment getters for you. Carlisle, no exception. Great one here. ultra strong, will last on your skin 12 plus hours easily at the minimum. This one is really one that will stick around on your skin for a long time. And projection, very strong as well. Will push out, will fill up a room, and leave a nice scent trail behind you as well. Parfums de Marly Carlisle. Another one that I slept on for a while. I wish I would have picked it up sooner. Killer scent. Following along, we have the cheapest fragrance in this list. It is from Azzaro. It's from their Homme line. It's really quite an interesting one. It is Wild Mint. So this one is all about this mint chocolatey smell. Mint and patchouli gives it this like sweet, spicy kick and this nice deep chocolate. That's what I get out of this one. That's really all there is to it. There's 3 notes, and 2 of the ones I pick up on the most is the mint and the patchouli, lending to this minty, chocolatey, gourmand type of smell. But the thing about this one is it is ultra strong. I was so shocked when I first got this one in and I sprayed it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is pushing out so much. I did 1 spray on my hand when I first got it, and it was so strong. It continued to stay strong on my skin for hours after that. I was impressed. The main reason why I was so impressed was because this is only like, what, $30 or so on discounters. That link will be down below. It's a very, very inexpensive fragrance. For under $50, for under $40, you don't get a fragrance that is this strong all that often. And it blew my mind. Very strong, very potent, not only in longevity, but of course in terms of its delivery, its projection as well. It'll fill up a room without you having to try. It will leave a nice scent trail behind you. Beast mode fragrance for a really cheap price. Mint chocolate sexiness. Quite unique. Azzaro Homme Wild Mint. Following that Azzaro, we have one from Guerlain. This one is L'Homme Ideal L'Intense. This one has smoke, almond, and chili pepper as the prominent notes in this one. So it's interesting. You get that almond from the DNA, which is what you would expect. This L'Homme line from Guerlain is all about that nice creamy, sexy almond that they use throughout the fragrances. It's great. It's very unique, but it is nice. It is very unique, but it is a nice twist for sure. You get the smokiness from this one and also the chili pepper spiciness up top. So it's very spicy, smoky, very woody in the base, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of a tonka bean in there, creaminess, but very woody. And of course, also that almond in here, just giving it that unique touch. This is quite a bit, this is a different fragrance for sure. Not everyone is going to be on board with this one. Really, that goes for the line as well. Not everyone's going to like the almond, cherry, and other notes like the EDP has, for example. It is more of a creamy scent. It's not ultra super masculine. It's really kind of more unisex leaning. It doesn't really necessarily smell like a men's fragrance. I mean, maybe the L'Intense version does more, but the Eau de Parfum could be pushing it for some people. It is just a different scent all around. But this one here is a very strong scent. It will push out far. It will last a long time, and it'll get the job done. For performance junkies out there, this is going to be your best bet from the line. They all do perform pretty good, but this one here takes the cake. Strong projector, room filler, Guerlain L'Homme Ideal L'Intense. Last up, we have one from Gucci. This one is Gucci Intense Oud. So unfortunately, as per how Gucci operates, this one is discontinued. You can still pick it up at discounters. They do still carry stock of it, both FragranceNet and FragranceX. Again, that link will be down below. I did grab this one from FragranceNet a little while ago just because it is discontinued and I wanted to get it before it was too late. And if you're aware of Gucci and how they operate, they tend to discontinue some of their best fragrances. Gucci Rush, Gucci Envy, Gucci Pour Homme 1, Gucci Pour Homme 2. There's probably many more that I'm missing as well. Those are all discontinued now. You can't find them without paying a premium for them. This one here is going to join that crowd. Again, still is stock of it. If you want this, now's the time to get it because it's not going to last forever. But it is a shame because this one is really good. It gets compared a little bit to Nascimato Black Afgano. And that's one of the main reasons why I was intrigued by this one, because I love Black Afgano. It's a fantastic oud, smoky, kind of a cannabis, sexy fragrance. Awesome stuff. And so I wanted to see what this one's all about. And there is a similarity, but this one's also a bit more fresh, a bit more wearable, and definitely a designer take on Black Afgano for sure, which is kind of what I was expecting going into it. This one has oud, incense, leather, and frankincense as a few of the main notes. There's not really too many to follow after that either. That's primarily what you get. Nice, sexy oud, although it is a relatively fresh oud and a designer-leaning oud. Incense, frankincense, giving it a smokiness, sweetness, a little bit of an herbal touch in here as well, spiciness. Great designer, more wearable version of Black Afghano. It is a shame that this one has been axed, but if you're interested in this one, it is still available on discounters. Those links will be down below. Awesome, awesome stuff here. Gucci Intense Oud. Room-filling fragrance, very strong, especially for a designer. Again, I mean, these fragrances push out hard. All of them in this list except for one are designers, and these things project like no joke. Room fillers, great scent trails, great longevity as well. Gucci Intense Oud. So guys, that was going to do it for me. That was 5 fragrances that will fill a room. These will project super hard, and they will garner you some attention for sure. That's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.